Welcome back once again to the online class of Moral Science, class 10. So, dear children, we were discussing chapter 4, Science and Religion. And in the previous class, we were discussing more about religion. Okay, and in this class, we will see what is science and how they are related. Science and religion. Okay, so let's continue. Science, on the other hand, presents a rational explanation of the composition and functioning of the various things of the material world. It provides us with the knowledge of facts, events, phenomena, and laws which can be verified through observation, experiment, and reasoning. From the beginning, he has been experiencing a creative unfolding of his rational abilities. He has been observing and analyzing the stream of events that have been taking place in the world. He succeeded in eliciting certain principles that control these events. On the basis of his understanding, he has formulated laws and theories for everything. So, as I told you earlier, religion is non-rational, isn't it? We cannot provide always proof. Okay, why we are doing this in this religion? So always we cannot give a specific proof, or we cannot do any experiment and prove that. Okay, if you are doing this, this will happen like this, isn't it? But in science, everything will have a rational explanation, isn't it? Everything they can explain in a rational way, and it provides us knowledge of facts, events, phenomena, and laws. Okay, and these laws can be verified through observation, experiments, and reasoning, isn't it? Ohm's law. You might be doing some experiment to prove this. Means how many ever times you do, you will be able to prove that law, isn't it? If you do the experiment, and if you see the calculation or whatever it is, and you will be able to prove that every time whenever you do this, that law will not be changed, isn't it? So you can prove that. So like this, experiments or through experiments, observation, and reasoning, okay, you can prove the science. You can or science includes what? Observation, experiment, and reasoning. And this ability of experiencing a creative unfolding of his rational abilities was there with human being from the beginning. Means he was very curious and he wanted to explain the things, okay, with reason. Okay, so for this he has been observing and analyzing the stream of events that have been taking place in the world, because human beings were curious, and out of this curiosity only many things has unfolded, isn't it? And he could explain what certain principles that controls these events also, isn't it? Many of the things he could explain, isn't it? We know many things when we know many things about the human body or about the space. Okay, so many things human being has found out, isn't it? Many things he know, or he found out various things by his knowledge, his observation, and all. Okay, so based on this observation, understanding, etc., he formulated laws, theories, whatever he can, or human being could explain many things here. Human being has explained the facts, theories, isn't it? And he could explain many things that controls the world, isn't it? Now we know about the gravitational force. Okay, it is all very small things only. Each small child also may know about gravity and all. So that can be proved also. So many things he tried to explain by his observation and his experiments. With the help of his scientific temperament, man made spectacular progress in the course of time and evolved into a highly advanced human race. In the course of time, he moved into the greater freedom from the bondage of religious dogmas. Gradually, he realized that reason could explain many of the things that were hitherto hidden behind the shadows of religion. So when you consider the progress in science, human being had made lot of progress, isn't it? And the way how the old man lived, we cannot even imagine, isn't it? Now because of science and technology, our life become very easy and very advanced. We become a very highly advanced human race. Okay, and sometimes many of the things were means not means by the religion, many of the things were hidden, means I told already, there is no reasoning won't be there in the religion, and because of this only many things were hidden under the shadows of religion. And slowly human being realized, okay, that reason could explain many things. Okay, there are reasons behind many things that were hidden under the shadows of religion. Okay, many things were not allowed to explore by human being by religion, and human beings slowly they evolved and they started what questioning them, and they could explain what many of the things that were hidden by the religion. Clear? One good example of religion overshadowing scientific reason can be seen in the notorious case of Galileo's condemnation by the church. The general belief in the 16th century was that the earth was in the center of the universe and that the sun and other heavenly bodies revolved around it. In the later half of the 15th century, a German humanist, Nikolaus Kusa, put forward a hypothesis contrary to this existing concept. In 1543, Copernicus, a Polish astronomer, further confirmed the hypothesis of Nikolaus Kusa, but as it could not be proved, the concept did not get widespread acceptance. Then Galileo, an Italian mathematician, openly defended the theory that the earth rotated on its own axis and that the planets, including the earth, rotated around the sun. The church authorities punished Galileo with imprisonment after declaring his theory absurd and heretical. It was only in 1822 that the teaching of the motion of the earth around the sun was approved officially by the church. So, we are seeing some of the examples where religion were not allowing, okay, or the facts were hidden under the shadows of religion, I said, isn't it? One example is what? The discovery of different scientists, okay, like Galileo, about the earth. Okay, so in 16th century it was believed that what? Earth is the center of the universe and the sun and other heavenly bodies revolved around it. Okay, and later on what a German humanist, Nikolaus Kusa, he said that, okay, he put forward a hypothesis contrary to this existing concept. Okay, and means earth is not the center. Likewise he proposed, but it was not accepted. Okay, and because it was means he was not able to prove this. And then what? In later on, Galileo, another scientist, okay, he proved he defended the theory, okay, and he said openly that earth rotated on its own axis and the earth is revolving around the sun and not the sun revolving around the earth. Okay, so it was a new concept and the church authorities were against this, and the scientists who put forward this was imprisoned, okay, for many years, okay. And then it was only in 1822 the church accepted this theory officially, okay. So what happened even after what explaining this theory by Galileo, the church was not able to accept this because it was a belief that earth is the center of the universe. And afterwards, after many years, only this concept was accepted by the church. Is it clear? Then scientific progress has enabled man to remove the cover from the fact of certain mysteries of nature. The dark age of science had been caused by some timid and short-sighted teachers of religion. Certain religious dogmas and rituals created a virtual incompatibility between religion and science. The problem of incompatibility still persists in certain areas because science is still to discover many more things, and religious people have to open up much more to the revelations of science. Religion is a matter of faith and must complement science in its rational and empirical endeavors. So we cannot neglect science in its progress, isn't it? Because it enabled man to remove the cover of many factors that were mysterious in the mysteries of the nature. Many of the mysteries of the nature could be uncovered by science, isn't it? And actually we can see that the progress that made in the health, okay, and in the space research, isn't it? And see, without science, if a disease comes, you may not be able to survive, isn't it? If you don't go to doctor and take medicines, and the medicines how they work, okay, if you go and take a paracetamol or a crocin, how it works, because that knowledge came from where? Only from science. Otherwise, what the death rate of small babies, all that would be very high. But that due to the science, okay, the scientific knowledge, the human life become more good than the ancient time, okay. So the dark age of science is due to what? Some timid and short-sighted teachers of religion. They say that there should not be any research, or there should not be any other ways than the religious belief. It should not be like that, isn't it? So science should be given freedom, okay, and certain religious dogmas, rituals, all this will make some incompatibility between religion and science, okay. And this incompatibility means what? They both will not go together, okay. And this still persists because science has to discover many more things, and religious people have to open up much more to the revelations of science, okay. So this both has to be go side by side, okay. Religious people should be more generous to accept the ways of science, and science people or the scientist, they should not think that the thing, okay, whatever they know is only the ultimate thing. There are much more things to be found out, okay. So they have to be like that. They both should go side by side, okay. Religion is a matter of faith, and it should complement science in its rational and empirical endeavors, okay. So religious people should be more generous, and scientific people should be more humble, I can say, isn't it? So they should approach the things more humbly, and the religious people should be more generous. So both should go side by side. Don't think that what religion is the the superior one or science is the superior one. Okay, both has its own ways. Today, most scientists and religious leaders have ruled out a conflict between science and religion. It is maintained that science and religion cannot be seen as independent entities. They are rather interdependent. Religion provides the moral basis of science, and science helps man realize his material needs. Together, they take man towards his goal of life. A healthy understanding between science and religion provides the basis for a wholesome intermingling of reason and faith. This gives us an assurance of peace and harmony. So, religion and science should not be conflict between each other, or it should be interdependent. It should not be independent, it should be interdependent. Because just imagine with the science without values, that we cannot imagine at all, isn't it? Anything can be done. The powerful people can do anything without what ethics and values. So there should be some limitation that should be provided by, that is provided by religion, isn't it? Religion is full of values, isn't it? They say not to harm others, and they set certain principles that can be followed by the science, isn't it? Just imagine cloning and all, you would have heard. So any country, if without any ethical guidelines, if any science or any scientific research is done, then that will be very dangerous to the human being, isn't it? Human race, or any nuclear weapons, if without any principles or without any values, okay, if they were allowed to do any experiments, what can happen to the human race and to the world, earth, isn't it? So like this, what religion provides the rules and the ethics that has to be followed by the scientist, and the science provides or helps man realize his material needs. Okay, and if they both work together, that can lead man to his goal of his life. Okay, so a healthy understanding between science and religion is very very necessary, and that provides the basis for the wholesome intermingling of reason and faith, isn't it? These are the ways of what? Two. That is, reason is the way of what? Science, and faith is the way for what? The religion. So this both should be intermingling. With the socialization of science and the secularization of religion, we have in a way succeeded in bringing out science from the seclusion of the laboratory and religion from the presence of the temple. They have now become the twin forces of the construction and preservation of society for a meaningful life. Both science and religion are essential for the welfare of society and salvation of man. So, by the secularization of the religion and by the socialization of science, okay, we can bring out science from the isolation of the laboratory or from the laboratory conditions, and religion from the precincts of the temple, okay, means from the neighborhood of the temple. So this what science should not be what included only in the laboratory, and religion should not be about the temple or the church. Okay, it should come out for the human welfare. Okay, both have to work together for the welfare of the human race. Okay, and these twin forces, these two forces of the construction and preservation of society will be very useful or meaningful for the human life. Okay, and this should, both should, religion and science are very essential for the welfare of the society and for the salvation of a man. Okay, so we cannot say that science is the ultimate thing, isn't it? Because many more things, even though the scientist or the human being knows many things, there are still the things that science is not having any answer, isn't it? Now only we can see we have advanced very much in all the health fields, isn't it? We are having different machines. The machines that how they work, they all are excellent elaboration of the human beings scientific knowledge, isn't it? Many things, if you go for any diseases, means treatment of any diseases to the hospitals, the machines that they work will really amaze you. And the medicines, how they work, if you know the chemical formulation and how they work, all this really it is going to amaze you. But at the same time, you can just imagine now the condition, isn't it? Due to a small virus, science is not having any answer for that, isn't it? In front of a small virus, the whole world become still. The government is not knowing to do what, not knowing what to do. Okay, whether to have a lockdown or not to have. So they become, all world become still in front of a small virus. So can we say that everything is science? No, there are things that is above the science, isn't it? And see, you, some of you may not be believing in any god, but there is a power that controls all of the things, isn't it? And we can say that science is a way to find out the what that power, isn't it? And various ways by which the power is what working, isn't it? Science is only a method to find out the truth of universe. And above all, I believe that there is something that is the power that controls the universe, and you may call it by different names, and there are different ways that is trying to find out that particular power called religion. Understood? So hope you understood this chapter well, and you can see there are certain quotations by different people, so you can go through this. Okay, and when you are free, you can even write about your points, what you understood from this chapter. Okay, instead of wasting your time, think. Okay, in other things, instead of wasting your time in other things, you can just add more points. You can think more points, and you can write it down, so that it will be very good for you about this topic. Okay, so we'll meet with another topic in the next class. Thank you.